Welcome back to another episode of GAMER-0, where we spread that gaming truth like a virus. I'm your host, T-Heel. So, got a few things for today's episode. You've seen the title, first part, 3DS. Apparently, there are reports coming out of massive dome-splitting headaches. We're not talking about like 5 or 10 or maybe 20 or 30. We're talking about, last time I saw, it was in the hundreds. Now, yeah, this is a small percentage, but I've always said that whole sweet spot, having to be in the sweet spot, you know, that is a big problem. Having to stay like this the whole time and making sure you are lined up perfectly so that way you stay in that sweet spot. And some people said, well, you know, you can turn the slider down and decrease the 3D effect, or just turn it off in general. What the hell is the point of getting the 3DS then? Really? I'm excited for Nintendo to be branching out in a new area. I just have some reservations about 3D implementation in a portable, where I move around a lot. When I have my iPhone and I'm playing a game on an iPhone, when I'm on, back when I had portable consoles, I moved around a lot. I'm always constantly fidgeting, so staying in that sweet spot, that's never going to happen for me. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people like that. Prolonged exposure playing is probably going to be a problem. I can see some scenarios where, you know, it's going to be problematic at best. Do you think that people are just like, we're just hearing from the most vocal group, or does Nintendo really have a problem with head-splitting migraines? And from what I hear, it's not like after 4 or 5 hours of playing you get the headache. It's within 5 to 15 minutes, and some people are reporting that it takes them hours, if not a whole day, to recover from the headache, depending on the severity of the headache. If people say, oh, well, it's 3D, I don't think so. I just finished playing a 20-hour game of, well, for me it took about 17 hours of Crisis 2, all in 3D. Played my whole game in 3D with the glasses, no problem, no headache, no issue. So what do you guys think? Are we just hearing the whiners out the group, or is Nintendo's 3DS giving you, is it cutting your dome open and splitting your dome? So I want to hear what you guys think. So a few things leaked out over the last couple of days. You get the GT5 partial cast leak. Really not a whole lot, but it does, you know, we all knew it was coming. It's just good to see that we're starting to see some info. You think it's going to be at E3? It looks like it's, you know, got a good mix of characters. People want to be celebrities in Hollywood. You got your conspiracy nuts. Some interesting lineup of characters. I want to know what you guys think. Are we going to have another exciting GTA game, or is it going to be a dud? Is that franchise on its way out? It's been a long time. I'm personally hoping that it's going to be a stellar title. I like the GTA series, and I want to see more good ones come out. So, what else came out? Apparently, we all again knew this was coming. God of War 4, I guess, was in a way leaked. They put out some postings for resumes. I guess it was on resume.com. I didn't get a look at the article to the full extent, but we all know it's coming. We all know that God of War 3 left on a cliffhanger. If you haven't finished the game, spoiler. But where are they going to take the series? Is Kratos going to be the main character? Are they going to take somebody else? Do you guys even want Kratos to be the next character? So, you know, those are the few big things. Also, GeoHot got a little win, semi-win in the courts over the last day or so. Apparently, like to correct a previous video I did. The man was on vacation, so I do apologize. Man enough to admit, and jump to conclusions, but it's all, the whole thing seemed very suspicious at best. So I was off base, and I do apologize. But he had a nice little, I guess, hurrah kind of win today, or within the last couple of days in the court. Apparently, he has been able to somewhat prove, without Sony digging further into the allegations, where they claimed that he had purchased a PlayStation 3 from a local store and registered to one account or another, the Black Manic. Well, apparently, I personally think he got his buddy to lie for him, because his friend said, "Oh, you know, we've been neighbors forever. He let me come over, bring my console over," and registered on his account through his ISP because of whatever internet reasons at his friend's house. So that actual account is what they're saying doesn't correspond serial number. The serial number that was purchased doesn't correspond to any of the ones that, you know, GeoHot has, but shit, he could just give it to his buddy, and have his buddy lie for him, because how are they going to prove him wrong? Unless they had cameras inside that GameStop, and they pulled the camera records, which, if it got to that point, I'm sure Sony would say, "Show me your camera, show me your videos," because all these places have theft devices and stuff, so they'd be able to track it down. I mean, that's timestamped when it was purchased and shit, so they could do that if they wanted to go that route, and they'd be able to find out if he's a liar now. But right now, with what current information that's being provided, they're saying that he didn't buy that PlayStation 3, that all of his PlayStation 3's manuals, because he's going out and saying, "I'd never even heard of SCEA." I'm gonna say you're full of fucking shit, dude. You're full of shit. You knew what SCEA was. You couldn't call yourself a gamer, a hacker, just a computer aficionado without knowing this stuff. I mean, don't insult our intelligence, and don't insult the court's intelligence. I mean, yes, the manuals are open, but ever seen Crash Bandicoot? Ever seen any Twisted Metal Crash Bandicoot commercial? They all have SEA. Any Sony game commercials ever have that branding in it. I mean, it's just really, and the fact that they're trying to pass this off is just complete bull. Sorry for the foul language. I do apologize. It just, I don't like people trying to assume that we're all ignorant and we just are going to be that gullible to believe, "Oh, I don't know what that is." One of the biggest companies in the United States, and you're going to tell me you buy the product, and you're going to say you're saying you've never seen a commercial, you've never bought a game from them, you have no knowledge of that franchise and that user base whatsoever. I'm going to say bull, and it's pathetic that he would do that. But enough of that tangent. Apparently he got a little bit of victory because the courts are kind of semi-believing him in that aspect. I'm personally thinking the man's still going to see his day in court where he's got to pony up and, you know, deal with the big boys, and Sony's going to get their win. I just think they're not doing the best job at approaching it. They need to dig a little harder, pull those video cameras, the video files, and really dig in. But that's just me. So, a little hurrah for him. Yeah. So, as always, you know, you can follow me on hiphopgamershow.com. On Twitter, it's rewind. Last thing. So, the new Resident Evil information for the new game that's coming out, where you can play as the Umbrella Corporation soldiers, kind of like Hunk from I think it was Resident Evil 2, which is cool. You actually, I guess it takes place between 2 and 3. You actually are starting the outbreak, which is really cool. You can do things like, there's an online portion and an offline portion. I guess in the online portion, say you're playing, there's 3 different factions, you could actually shoot somebody and the blood will draw zombies to them, which is pretty cool. Since the zombies apparently are attracted by light, if you're in a bind, you could shoot out the lights and the zombies will go past, or I'm not sure how that mechanic's going to work, but It's also a good way, you're in a firefight with somebody, there's zombies, shoot them, pop the lights out around you, zombies zone in on your opponent. That's pretty cool. Apparently you also may get the opportunity to take out some of the heroes and the main characters from the sweet stars units, or raccoon police department, like I don't know, Leon or Chris. I'm sure you'll come across Claire and you get the chance to kill her. It'd be cool to compete with like Ada Wong, Jill Valentine. There's some amazing people. Timer's supposed to be in it. I'm sure Nemesis and Wesker will probably be in it. It's gonna be a sick game. I'm excited. I've seen some pictures, some scans from one of the magazines that are floating around. I'm thoroughly excited. They said they hinted that you might be able to play as some of those other characters, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be in the offline portion or the online portion. So let me know. Are you pumped for the new Resident Evil game? I know I am. So that's all I've got for this episode of GAMER-0. As always, now I'm there. As always, you can follow me on hiphopgamershow.com. On Twitter, it's T_Hill0. Or if you want to game with me online, it's T-Hill. Alright, I'm out. Peace.